Hi everyone, it's Tara Zeller. I am coming to you to answer some questions that we have been getting regarding our upcoming RBT course that we teach in partnership with the University of Central Florida, UCF. So we've been getting a lot of questions and we've been responding to them via email. So we thought, let's go ahead and do a Facebook Live. That way we can respond to our entire audience. And this video will be live as well as available later on recording. Okay? So I'm just gonna get right to it. We're gonna make it kind of quick. We do have a class that's coming up. One begins on January 14th. It's our Tuesday night course. And then we also have a Wednesday course that begins January 15th. So that's why we want to make sure that we are getting all these questions answered to give everybody else an opportunity that might want to sign up. So I've got the questions off to the side. You'll see me glancing over just to make sure that I'm covering everything that we've been asked recently. So, and if you happen to pop on live, feel free to ask any other questions. And if you get this recording afterwards, shoot us some comments or just send us a link, a separate post, or you can message us. You could also reach us on our website, theappletreeconnection.com. Okay, so without further ado, the first question that we've been getting is, what is a RBT, right? So we say this acronym and we have a large audience. Some of our audience are students, some are parents, some are our past clients. So the RBT is an acronym that stands for Registered Behavior Technician, right? So the Registered Behavior Technician is an entry-level certificate in the field of applied behavior analysis, right? They're a paraprofessional that works directly with clients with behavioral support and behavior therapy needs. So that's what this RBT is that everybody keeps hearing about, right? Is there a minimum age to be an RBT? Yes, 18. That's an entry-level position. So it's really one of those opportunities that if you are interested in helping people, this is a great certification for you to be considering, right? Is there a minimum education? Yes, high school diploma or equivalent, right? So sometimes we have high schoolers that are interested in it and they have an opportunity to take the course and get this certification right out of high school so they could be working with people while they are either getting their next degree or going to work right out of school. Or we have students in our class that come to us with a second profession. We have people that come to us midway through college. We have an array of students that have been taking our courses for the last 3 years. Will the Registered Behavior Technician training course that we teach, that the AppleTree Connection teaches in partnership with UCF, be compliant with the second edition task list? People that are familiar with the RBT credential know that there was a new task list that came out. And yes, absolutely, we are compliant with that. It's been updated to match the second edition task list, and you'll be prepared to take the Competency Assessment, which we'll cover in these FAQs, as well as the BCBA RBT board exam associated with that second edition task list. So you will be prepared and up to date, okay? Is there an opportunity to obtain the 40-hour certification course in the evenings or on the weekends? Yes, absolutely. Right now we do offer an evening option. So we offer Tuesday nights, 5:30 to 8, or we offer daytime option Wednesdays, 10:30 to 1. We have not added a weekend class yet, but it is something that we would consider if we have enough interest. So we do try to have availability for those who have things to do during the day and have the ability to take the class at night, or people who have things to do at night and want to take the class during the day. And the best part about our courses are they're offered both in person or live stream. So even if you are looking to take the night class and the location of our class doesn't work with where you are, you can take our course via live stream. You get me live, you just aren't sitting in the same room as me and the rest of the students, but you are getting absolutely the same class. Another question that we've been asked is, hey Kevin, glad you're watching. Is there a specific amount of hours needed for training, internships, or shadowing? No. There's not a specific amount of training hours that you need to become board certified as a registered behavior technician, but you will have to pass a competency assessment after you get your 40-hour training certificate, right? And we help you with that step. Again, I'm going to answer that and talk a little bit about that as I go down these FAQs. So I want you to know that it's not one of those certifications that you need a long series of experience hours after you get this training certificate with us. Is this a field I can grow in? Yes, it is, absolutely. Like I said, this is that entry-level certification, that paraprofessional practitioner, but in our field of applied behavior analysis, there are levels of certificates at the bachelor's level. They are called a board-certified assistant behavior analyst. There is a certification level at the master's degree level, which is the board-certified behavior analyst. And there is also even a degree, there is a certificate level at the doctorate level called the BCBA, which is the board-certified behavior analyst - doctorate D. So it is absolutely a field you can grow in, and it is a field that is in the spotlight right now specifically due to the high prevalence of autism. And because autism comes with a lot of behavior issues, behavior deficits, behavior difficulties, behavior excesses, our field, our science has become one of the most renowned applications of therapy for people on the spectrum, right? Both when they're young or when they're older. So it is absolutely a field you can grow in. In fact, it is a very needed profession now and quite honestly always, right? Especially because autism is not the only application of the science. As an RBT, will I only work with clients with autism? I realized that was the next question. It depends on the company you work for, right? Because there's, again, such a high prevalence of autism right now, and the science that we practice has decades and decades of research of success working with people with that developmental disability. We are one of the first therapies that are recommended by doctors, schools, anybody in somebody's life when they first get diagnosed with autism and throughout their life. Recently, the American Academy of Pediatrics came out and recommended behavior therapy as one of the first interventions for people on the spectrum. So the question was, will I only work with children with autism if I'm an RBT? And the answer is no. There's a lot of opportunity there, but it will depend on the company you work for. And we have something called an employer partnership program, and we try to diversify the partners that we have so that our graduates can go and work with ages and populations that intrigue them, that they have a passion for working with. Right? So RBTs can provide services to a variety of people with differing ages, genders, and abilities. The population you work with will depend on the company you work for. Another question we've gotten quite a bit. Again, these are like the most frequently asked questions, and we kind of covered the majority of what has been asked of us over the years. How hard is it to find a job as a RBT? Right now, and I imagine for a very long time, the demand outpaces the supply. So for as many people that we graduate, there are jobs just waiting here, there, and everywhere, okay? So this demand outpaces the supply for RBTs. There are waiting lists for many, many companies, for clients. Therefore, the need for RBTs is strong. Right here locally in Central Florida, I just did a quick search on, the job sites. I like to say the average salary is somewhere between, let's say 13 to 22. It's a big range, dollars an hour. I've seen it on the low end. I've seen it on the high end. Keep in mind, when you're an entry-level practitioner, looking at that upper echelon is sometimes not what you're going to get right from the beginning. But that is not to say that people aren't earning up to $22 an hour as an RBT within a very short time, right? So it's a very good paying paraprofessional job, especially when you compare it to some of the other paraprofessionals, right? Somebody who works in the school setting, somebody who works maybe in a hospital as an orderly, right? So consider that. It's a really great field. Do I need a background screening to become an RBT? In order to earn and maintain the registered behavior technician, you do need a level 2 background screening. You have to have it done no more than 180 days from the time you get your competency assessment completed. And I'm going to cover the competency assessment on the next FAQ. So sometimes people come to us that are maybe working in the school system or have a background check from a previous job. But the key is for the next step after our class, that competency assessment, that background screening can't be more than 180 days old. So you might have to get another one. But working directly with people in any of those professions, you are going to have to need current background screenings. It's not a prerequisite to take our course. Just know that, right? Especially those, again, some come to us with it, some come to us without it. So you don't have to have it prior to taking our course. And I actually encourage students to wait who are, going to take the next steps beyond our course because of that time frame that it needs to be 180 days or younger from the time you do your competency assessment. So the next question is, what do I need to do after I pass the AppleTree Connection's 40-hour Registered Behavior Technician training course? Our course, we say, is step 1 of 3. We kind of like to break it down. There's more to it, but on a broad scale, there's 3 major steps to becoming an RBT, a RBT. Step 1, take and pass and graduate from a 40-hour training certificate course. Step 2, you will have to complete a competency assessment. This is the step when you show your skills that you have learned in our course. You will be interacting with clients and engaging with that BCBA, what I was talking about earlier, the master's level or the BCABA level practitioner. This is when you show that you can implement the skills that you learned in our course. And we pride ourselves in our course preparing you to be able to implement those skills. Additionally, we have an employer partnership program. It's something that we have continued to grow over the years as our course has expanded, and it is providing our graduates the opportunity to go out and find companies that are considered ABA companies, applied behavior analysis companies, that hire RBTs, that employ the BCABA and the BCBAs so that you can go and get your competency assessment with them. There is different agreements with different partners that we have. They are private companies, but within the partnership, they either offer some sort of an internship or a job shadowing, or sometimes they require employment, but we are here at our course to help put you to work. This is not your average just take a class and learn some stuff. This is preparing you to go to work in a field that you have access to almost immediately after graduating our course. The next steps are kind of up to you, the rest of the timeline. So far, we like to say that you can become board certified in as little as 14 weeks. That statistic might be a little old because it's been a while since I've kind of polled my past students, but from starting our course, which is an 8-week course, to completing our course, to fully board certified, which means going out and getting your competency assessment completed and checked off by a professional, also getting your background screening, sitting for the board exam, which kind of back up, that's that step 3 that I was talking about, right? So after you do your competency assessment, you then sit for the board exam, the Behavior Analyst Certification Board Registered Behavior Technician exam, right? So I'm going to say that one more time. Behavior Analyst Certification Board, BACB, RBT board exam, right? So step 3. So the shortest timeline so far that we've heard from our students is 14 weeks. Where else can you be in a new career earning between $13 and $22 an hour in 14 weeks? So we have, we try to get sorry, I'm going to plug this in. We try to get outcome data from our past students, and that's a pretty good timeline. We every couple classes we'll take that kind of data. So that's not saying you can't do it any quicker, and I do challenge you out there that are about to take our class to see if you could do it faster than that. So remember, step 1, pass our course. Step 2, competency assessment. We help you with that with our employer partnership program. Step 3, pass that board exam. Then you are a board certified professional with the Behavior Analyst Certification Board. You are enlisted in a certificate registry, and you are on a career path, right? Remember, we said you can go and become a BCABA, you can become a BCBA, you can become a BCBAD. Neither are prerequisites for each other, but We have had students that go to work right away. We have students that go to work and then go to grad school. We have heard so many different stories of people that have taken our course and have said, wow, I really want to pursue this career. So that's what we see ourselves as. We see ourselves as a connection and preparation and placement type of place versus just a class, right? Other people ask us this question who are very familiar with the certification. They say, I've completed my 40-hour training competency assessment. Do you offer that? And we don't, as a company, offer that because we are providing this 40-hour training and because we have the exclusive access to our employer partnership program, right? And that's what the partners are doing. So because so many of our past graduates have accessed that through our partners, we just leave that part up to them. We have the training to us and we offer that to them. So if you are looking for that competency assessment, it's also not a bad idea to come try and take our course so that you can have access to that. Otherwise, what we're seeing is people are having to search the registry and reach out to certificants, and often they're being charged like up to $200 to have their competency assessment completed. So we just wanted to lay that out. Another question was how many questions are on the RBT board exam. I just made sure this was up to date. There are 75 graded questions and 10 unscored. I guess they want to just make sure that everything's always kosher and they like to take metrics. So essentially it's a 75 question test. And you are prepared when you take our course, believe me. Once I am a RBT, after I do all 3 steps, do I have to work in the state that I became certified? And the coolest answer is no, especially when we live in this wonderful borderless country where you can go to any state you want to go to, and not all people that live here are going to live here forever, right? So this is considered a borderless certificate, right? It is a national registry. Actually, it's international for now. We'll go back to national in a couple years. So this certificate goes with you wherever you go. One of my past students knew that he was going to move back home to his original state after he graduated because he was concurrently going to UCF and taking our course. He found success with one of our employer partners. He got his competency assessment. He became board certified. He worked a little, and then he moved back home. He recently reached back out. He's had numerous jobs as an RBT, and he just started grad school. So it is an excellent opportunity for you to be getting a path, whether you stay locally here in Central Florida, if you take our course elsewhere, or if you move once you complete the course. And last but not least, hopefully this is nice and short and sweet, is what sets the AppleTree Connections RBT Training Academy apart from other online options, which tends to be most of our competition. Most of our competition is online courses that are kind of self-paced, and that's appealing to some people, and that's great. If that's what you're looking for, great. But for our course, what sets us apart is live instruction. So right now, it's myself. In the future, which we're moving towards, we will have other instructors that we hire on, but I have over 20 years in the field working in various settings with various populations, and I am very practitioner driven. You also get me as a mentor throughout. I have open communication with my students via our Canvas application. I have students asking me all sorts of questions. I have interns working with me, and we're really here to guide you to something that is going to make you feel good, something that's going to help you work in a profession that is going to make you feel good at the end of the day. Because when people come to a course like this, when people go into a science that is a helping profession, that's a soft science, it's a helping profession. So we want to help you help other people, because the more people that we put out there, the more people that we train and mentor and grow from the ground up, the more people that are helped out there, here locally and beyond. Again, because it's borderless, right? So we also have that exclusive, hey Adriana, how are you? Yay, Adriana. She's a BCBA. She used to be one of the RBTs that worked under me. So excited. And I think she might have done BCABA in the middle. To comment if you did. I don't know if you took that step or you went right for that master's. No, you did. Sorry, I'm backtracking. You did do BCABA. Awesome. And now you are a big old BCBA. So with the need to get that competency assessment completed, we have that employer partnership program. That is a major differentiator for our course, is we have the option to, we have the ability to push you out to places that are waiting for RBT candidates. And that's a big deal when you have to get that done on the next step. So if you're taking any other courses, if they don't have access to that, you need to go find that on your own. Just the support, just the teaching, the live instruction. We are here. My mission is to grow our field from the bottom up because we need so many people out there. We have so many people to serve. So the more people that we graduate, the more people that get helped. And that's it. We just wanted to tell you all the different things that we've been talking to all the people that are interested in our course. The next class is coming up. The Tuesday night class starts January 14th. Time is 5:30 to 8. The Wednesday class, 10:30 to 1 on Wednesdays at Seminole State, one of our partner schools. And you can register and get more information about this class at www.ce.ucf.edu. I'm going to type that in here just because it will then show up as a link, hopefully. Let's see if that works. This is my first live. So I see you guys watching, but I don't know if you're allowed to comment, but I wanted to say thank you for being here, and I hope everybody has a great night.